The Detroit Lions just got good news despite a frustrating loss. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron, big-time Detroit Lions fan as well, part of the NFC Guys. On the daily, we push out NFC North content. It's simple. All you got to do so you don't miss out, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and hey, I know you guys like the Lions. Scratch that. Love the Lions. So don't miss out. Hit that like button. It would mean the world to me. Now, yes, the Detroit Lions have had a frustrating 2025-2026 season. We would all agree. Right now, they are fighting for their lives. And a lot of people are putting out content that is essentially talking about the frustrating, how the refs in the NFL screwed over the Lions in this game. And yeah, we're going to talk about those last two plays in just a minute. So don't worry. But what I really want to talk about is what the Lions have to do right now to make the playoffs. And I think there has been some good news that have came out from this past weekend that can greatly help them make the playoffs. And yes, I know you're saying, Aaron, you are absolutely insane. What are you on? Let me tell you this. Famous movie, one of the greatest films in American history, Dumb and Dumber, Lloyd Christmas. He said, quote, "You're telling me there's a chance." Lions fans, there's a chance. And we need to talk about that. First and foremost, in the game against the Bears, Jordan Love goes out hurt. In comes in Malik Willis. He ends up also as well tweaking his shoulder. Not ideal. So there is a possibility that Jordan Love, he has to go through concussion protocol. Malik Willis, chances are he will most likely start. But again, based on that, they're going up against a Ravens team that hopefully Lamar Jackson will be playing. Their back is up against the wall as well. They need to win out and see the Steelers lose to the Browns for them to have the opportunity to make the playoffs, fighting for their lives. So you better believe the Ravens aren't going down without a fight. And then as well, and they lost to a good Patriots team, a close game, even with Lamar Jackson going out. And so Jordan Love being out going into this Ravens game is going to be huge. And again, a lot of odds makers say, hey, if that is the chance and Lamar Jackson plays, it's a good likelihood the Ravens win. So that is one aspect you look, because we need the Packers to lose out. If the Packers lose out and the Lions win out, they're in the playoffs. As simple as that. Again, you might say, you are insane, you are stupid. What are you saying, Aaron? But you gotta listen. We have had seasons these past 3 years where they've been beautiful. They've been great. They've brought you to tears. You never thought you would live the day to see this. Give a little more hope in this season. I know you might say this is stupid. This is stupid talk. But you got to believe in something, for goodness sakes. Believe in something. And you know these guys are fighting and they're doing everything they can. And I'm going to believe. But again, they have to play the Ravens, who their backs are against the wall as well, without most likely Jordan Love. So that's good news in itself. But then on top of that, they got to play the Vikings, where the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy, though his x-rays came out negative for his hands, the question becomes, with this injury, is he going to be able to turn around quick enough to play the Lions? A lot of people are assuming no. So now you're going up against a very depleted, and yes, I know there's injuries on the Lions side, but a depleted Vikings team where you better believe the Lions, much like the Ravens, back to the wall, needing this win, should have beat the Vikings the first time, but go in and get that win, and then go to Chicago and play a team they already decimated with their backs against the wall. But then JJ, a lot of people believe he can come back and play against the Packers. And they've been on a winning streak with JJ. They've won the last 3. And so laugh at me once again. I've asked you to laugh me as much as you want. But again, glass half full type mentality. There is a lane. There is an opportunity. There is light at the end of the tunnel where if everything works out and falls into the place, the Lions can make the playoffs. What do you think? Comment below. I would love to hear from you. But again, I think there's a big chance for this to happen. If all the stars align, if everything works out, it is a possibility. What says you? comment below. And just to see the Packers lose out would be that would be fun enough. And you're like, I thought this was an NFC North. I can be a little biased as a Lions fan. I can be a little biased. So comment below. Tell me what you think. Jordan Love out, going against the Ravens, going against the Vikings. What are your thoughts? Would love to hear from you. Are you optimistic? Are you not? Let me hear from you. Next up, I really respect this out of the Lions and Dan Campbell. I think one of the marks of being a man is owning up to your mistakes and being able to tell the truth and not be biased and make excuses. Dan Campbell and this team came out and essentially said, listen, we weren't able to close it out. And at the end of the day, that's on us. We weren't able to win this game. It is on us. You don't want someone out there coming out and just giving excuses. We all know, we have all seen that is not Dan Campbell. That is not in his character. And if that's any good news in itself, it's the man is consistent. The man is going to own up to his mistakes, and he's not going to make excuses. If there is anyone you want leading Detroit, your team, it's a man with that type of character. You love to see it. That's what I want to start with when it comes to this whole situation. On top of that, the whole pick route on Isaac Tesla, and honestly, before that, he, that the catch he missed in the end zone that I wish he would have came down with, but that's beside the point. That's in the past. It was a hard ball to come down on. It was defended. It was defended well, but hopefully, you wish he comes down on that. But when it comes to this pick route, incredibly frustrating, because even if he doesn't make the pick, and if we can fast forward this right here and kind of see right here, even if he doesn't do that, I think Amon-Ra is still open and he still gets that. That's my thought. And that is what makes it frustrating, is even if he doesn't make that pick, Jared Goff makes that throw. Beautiful out route, quick out route by Amon-Ra. And I think the Lions win and are in a much better situation. But I am not going to be one to... they should have won earlier. There's how many plays, well over 100 plays in a game. There's other things they should have done better at. There's other opportunities they also missed. In all reality, they own up, they lost the game. It's frustrating. But you better believe these next 2 weeks, they are going to have the biggest chip on their shoulder, trying to prove people wrong, winning these last 2 games. And even if they win out these next 2 games and don't make the playoffs, I think that gives you a lot of momentum going into the offseason. And you look at the schedule. This was not an easy schedule. And you might laugh and say, listen, well, they lost the bad Kansas City Chiefs team. Kansas City Chiefs, when they played them, were substantially better than what they are right now. And they were healthy. Not ideal. They played the Eagles when they were playing well, and not like the dog water they've played as of recently. So when it comes down to it, they have had a tough schedule. Again, that doesn't make an excuse. They still got to win. They still got to win. They still got to make the playoffs. They still got to limit mistakes. They still got to, put points up on the board. They still got to stop teams. All these different things. But to conclude, do they have a path to the playoff? Yes. Do I choose to believe they have the opportunity of making it, and I want to cheer them on through that? Yes. Does it seem like they got screwed over? Yeah, but you move on. So comment below. Tell me what you think. What are your thoughts? Would love to hear from you. Go Lions. Hit the sub button on the way out. We'll talk later. Peace.